Sure you go to hometownstation.com for all the latest and greatest Santa Clarita has to offer. And speaking of the greatest Santa Clarita has to offer, very special guest in studio from Henry Mayo Newhall Hospital. You know it. It's right over there off of Orchard Village in McBean. We have a very special guest in studio, Maria McIntosh. She is a registered dietitian from Henry Mayo. Hi, how are you?
Hi, fine.
Pull that mic nice and close to you.
Okay.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
All right.
How you doing, Maria?
I'm fine, Kyle. How are you?
I'm doing well. Maria, how did you get into the registered dietitian game? Was it always something that you were interested in, like diet and things like that?
I became interested in the field, I think, basically when my mom was diagnosed with high blood pressure.
Okay.
Doctor handed her a sheet of diet information, and my mom, being very compliant, did what she was supposed to do, reduced her salt intake, even for a time made her own bread that didn't have as much salt in it. And I think that's what got me thinking about the whole you are what you eat and how food can affect our health in a positive way or a negative way.
Okay. And so, was it so a registered dietitian? So let's talk about that. What does a registered dietitian do?
So a registered dietitian is someone who understands anatomy, physiology, so has to take a lot of science courses as well as food and nutrition courses to be able to really do many different things within the field. One is education, diet education. Another could be dealing more with the food service aspect of things and knowing how to put diets together or how to run a kitchen, industrial kitchen, or in this case, a hospital kitchen.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of different ways that you can go. I pretty much look at the clinical side and look at how the diet affects patients' health.
We're speaking with Maria McIntosh. She is a registered dietitian from Henry Mayo Newhall Hospital. And so do you deal with the patients, or is it just like if I'm a guy on the street and I'm like, hey, Maria, can you help me? What's the move there?
So here at the hospital itself, we have inpatient dietitians.
Okay, gotcha.
So we do see the patients that are within the hospital. The Henry Mayo Fitness and Health Center does have classes, diet classes, food and nutrition, and also education that's available for the average person.
Okay, so like me.
Correct.
Okay.
So you don't have to be hospitalized.
Okay. Yes. Oh, thank
Yes.
goodness. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Crisis averted. Okay. All right. Again, we're speaking with Maria McIntosh from Henry Mayo Newhall Hospital. She is a registered dietitian. She's the manager of the clinical nutrition at Henry Mayo Newhall Hospital. We want to talk a little bit about supplements, right?
Yes.
So talk to me about this, just supplements in general. What am I talking about when someone says supplements? What are we talking about?
Well, that's a loaded question because it can mean just about anything. Everything from a multivitamin to herbs to weight loss supplements, muscle enhancement, sexual enhancement, all different types of things that may be supplemented in one's diet.
Okay, and so what should the average person be thinking about? Should everybody be taking supplements?
That's an excellent question because we're always hearing stories about, well, we hear that beta carotene helps with this or that illness. And so many of us start to begin to think that if we're not taking supplements, maybe we're not getting as much as we can. The interesting thing is it's a $30 billion a year industry just here in this country. So a lot of people have come onto the bandwagon of, I have to take supplements. Generally, there's not a concern with doing that, especially if you're taking like a multivitamin, mineral, something that has a lot of different things in it and not very much of that particular item. The issue comes to play when someone is diagnosed with a particular illness and maybe are prescribed medications, they're 2.5 times more likely to start taking supplements. And supplements, because they're not regulated the same way that food and drugs are, it can interfere with some other things that they're trying to do to get healthy.
Okay, so even if so, there's some supplements that don't jive with certain whatever medications it can be.
Correct.
Right?
And the other issue around that is that most patients don't tell their physicians that they're taking supplements because they think, oh, it's just a vitamin.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
It's just an herb, it's natural. It's so why do I have to write that on my list of different things that I'm taking? Yet, interestingly, they can affect the effectiveness of the medications that they're taking.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. Maria McIntosh, she's a registered dietitian, manager of the clinical nutrition at Henry Mayo Newhall Hospital. What's something like a little takeaway here? What can we do to make sure? What are some things that we need to avoid? Is there an overarching golden rule, so to speak, when it comes to nutrition? And I know nutrition's a weird thing because some people are allergic to dairy, so they can't do dairy or other things. But is there like a golden rule that you have for nutrition?
Well, first of all, if you can eat a variety of foods from all the different food groups, I mean, it's nothing that we haven't heard, for a long time now. But if you can eat a wide variety of foods, chances are you don't need a supplement. However, there are certain situations in which people may benefit from supplementation. It's always best to talk to their physician about it before making that decision. For example, there are times where if you have to go in for, let's say, an elective surgery, they will specifically tell you, stop taking all of your supplements for at least, let's say, a week or sometimes even 2 weeks, because it can affect how your surgery goes, particularly if someone is on blood thinners. Your doctor may tell you to stop taking blood thinners. Some of these supplements can enhance the effect of the blood thinner, or it can decrease the effectiveness of a blood thinner. So it's very important to follow those kind of guidelines.
Gotcha.
If there are people who are allergic to certain foods or for some reason, other health reasons, cannot eat a variety of foods, then taking a multivitamin and mineral supplement daily is probably beneficial for them. So there are certain circumstances in which different age groups and different populations may benefit from taking supplements.
She's Maria McIntosh. She, again, is a registered dietitian, manager of the clinical nutrition at Henry Mayo Newhall Hospital. What's your favorite food? Is this a question you get asked all the time?
Ooh.
I feel like it should be.
Really? But people do look at your plate, and they're always saying, "Oh, what's the dietitian eating?"
Oh,
or, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you afraid to eat certain foods because you know so much about it? Is there things you're like, I'm not going to eat that? No, nothing like that?
Not really.
Okay. Well, what's your favorite food, though? What's the go-to?
Oh, I love pasta.
Okay. All right. That's a good choice. Good choice. All right. Marinara sauce? What's the sauce situation?
That or oil and garlic.
Ooh.
I'm Italian.
Oh, okay. There you go. Oil and garlic. What's the best place to get some pasta? Is there a good place?
My house.
Oh, there you go. All right. Everyone's invited. Here we go. All right. Maria, thank you for coming in. Appreciate you coming in and appreciate all that you're doing. And we'll see you later.
Thank you.
Maria McIntosh, registered dietitian, manager of the clinical nutrition at Henry Mayo Newhall Hospital.